Nesting with CamBam. Nesting with CamBam can be a really handy tool as it allows you to make a cut, design a set of operations, and then just repeat them on a grid or a pattern or what have you. You just come up in here into the part and you come down to where it says nesting and you select a method. I'm not quite sure what ISO grid is or manual is, so we'll just do grid and point list. Those are the ones I'm familiar with. Alright, we've got enough room on our part or on our stock for 2 rows, and we've got enough room for, looks like, about 5 columns. And just for the heck of it, we want spacing of about, I don't know, a 1/4 inch between them. Alrighty. Looks like we got more room than that. Alright. Now we need to adjust our grid a little bit so that it's actually cutting on the parts. See, it says right up. Well, let's go right down. Alright, we can cut however many parts. That seems fine, and they'll cut just like it shows. The problem is if for some reason you turn one operation off, because say you already cut it, the other operation is relative only to what's being currently cut. It doesn't have any good solid method of layout. So obviously you could wind up with some screwed up parts using that method. It's fine if you cut every operation all in the same part. You know, you can do some great stuff, but sometimes you can't. So what you do instead is you create a point list. Notice that one's a little off. That one's way off. We're just creating a point list. Alright, and we come in here and where it says nesting grid, instead of using the grid method, we use the point list method. Then down here, we just select the point list we're going to use. And voila, we get a part cut relative to every one of those points. Now, here's the neat thing. Say if we have our stock laid out like this, you leave the point list right where it is because it's always relative to 0, and we move this to say match how you lay out a piece of stock on your mill or your router, and voila. The thing to remember is the point list is always relative to 0. So if we wanted to move this whole cut down a little bit and over a little bit, then it's the first one starts where the first dot is, away from 0. If you want it to cut relative to 0, of course, you just move it back so your first point is at 0. Oop. Boy, my computer's giving me a hard time today. And let's see where we're at. And we're back relative to how we were. Simple, easy nesting. You can do more with it. If you want to do a tutorial on the other forms of nesting, post a link. I'd be glad to see it. Thanks. Have a great day.